This is Gene Key, Skyserve News. Robbers are on the run in Houston after killing an employee. KHOU.com reports from Houston. A car alarm stereo shop worker was killed and another was wounded during an altercation with a group of robbers late Tuesday. It was just before 8 p.m. when three men with their faces covered entered the shop. The men demanded cash, but the store's two workers put up a fight. The gunman shot both and then fled on foot. Houston police later identified the deceased worker as Abdullah Sakur, 65. The wounded victim, Samar Salem, 32, was taken to Memorial Hermann Hospital in stable condition. Police said so many shots were fired, one of the suspects was accidentally wounded as well. Investigators found a trail of blood leaving the business. It's unknown what the suspects got away with, if anything. The governor says Texas needs $12 million to keep the Texas Guard on the border just through May. KVUE.com reports from Austin. Texas National Guard troops have been patrolling the state's border with Mexico since July, but the money to pay for them will run out in March. Several Republican lawmakers gathered Tuesday to say it's too early to send them home. Since coming under the crosshairs of a massive border surge, apprehensions of undocumented immigrants have fallen from a peak of more than 6,600 per week in June to a steady average of 1,700 per week since September. The number has remained relatively static since then. The combined operational cost was estimated at roughly $17 million a month. According to the governor's office, the deployment was reduced to 200 troops this January. The Texas Military Department estimates 400 to 500 troops would most efficiently serve their operational purpose. Now the money is running out. The legislature must decide by March 1st whether to approve more funding or pull out all remaining Texas National Guard troops by March the 31st. The governor said the long-term plan, of course, is to draw down the Guard and replace them with more DPS officers, but that will take time. A Spring area grandmother finds a stray bullet in her bedroom, and it's not the first time. KHOU.com reports from Spring. A string of shootings in Spring has neighbors on alert. For one family, it's getting a little too close to home. A grandmother who lives in Spring found a spent bullet in her bed. She said she was sleeping when gunfire woke her up and she found a bullet on her bed. After almost 30 years in her Spring home, 3 times over the last month, her home was caught in the crossfires of area crime. But her biggest concern is the 2-year-old great-grandson she takes care of, whose car seat was also hit. The family worries, what's next? The grandmother says, I could have been dead. If it wasn't for the air conditioning stopping it, it would have hit me. She no longer stays at her house on the weekends because of all of this activity. She has reported the shootings to the Harris County Sheriff's Office, but the violence continues. This is Gene Key, Skyserve News.